time now to check out the green at Edgbaston as we see the highlights of the Holston All-England Crown Green Bowling Championships with 14 county champions competing.
And a very good afternoon to you from this #1 event in the world of Crown Green Bowls. Originally some 6,000 bowlers set out in this competition. We pick it up now in the first of the semi-finals. That's Mel Evans from Staffordshire and Mickey Orr from the Warwick and Worcester. Evans leading 19-11. Your commentators Mike Wakelam and Hugh Johns.
Well, it looks as though Orr picked up just the one from that one, so he's still alive and running.
And he's bowled back into the middle of the green again here, just over the top of the crown.
This a very tricky one to work to, and Orr got it all wrong.
The number of first woods that Mickey Orr has put up short, leading to the jack, has been a feature of his play so far.
Evans just about beats it. Well, for Mickey, it's a case of either or now. He's really got to climb up, get over that crown, let it go down the hill. That's better. Only just, though.
He's corrected it.
Still plenty of room for Mel Evans. It's about 18 inches to 2 foot short of the jack, that last bowl from Mickey Orr, as he waits to see what Mel Evans will deliver.
Mel could turn his bowl over here and come in the other way, because there are plenty on this side blocking him at the present time. Or he may fire, of course.
It's taking a long time to make up his mind. He's firing. He's got plenty of speed on that.
He's hit Mickey Orr's bowl, but unfortunately the wrong one.
Well, I should think there's no change. It is one more for Mickey Orr. But Mel Evans still holds a lead of 19-12.
Of course, Mel Evans is not only a top-class bowler, but a very good administrator too. He runs one of the biggest competitions in Crown Green bowling, the Staffordshire Olympia.
Mickey Orr again trying a little dinky short one. 19 meters from the footer to the block is the minimum requirement for setting a mark. So around about 21 feet. It's coming well. It's coming very well. Crept through by about 18 inches to 2 foot.
Mickey Orr will need to beat that, because if he's anything past, he'll give Mel Evans the chance to get 2 shots.
No, he's done it. He's done it all wrong. Well, here could be the winning of it. The winning of this semi-final for Mel Evans. He just needs 2. He's got 1. He's winning 19-12. If this one counts, and it does, and it does. There it is. There's the semi-final. 21-12. Mel Evans beats Mickey Orr, and he's on his way into the final of this All-England. Very confident display of bowling by the Staffordshire man.
Well, now for the second of the semi-finals, Ian Bottomley from Yorkshire and Keith Cooper from Lancashire. Bottomley leading 18-15.
Is it lawn bowls? You can, when you touch the jack, your bowl is marked with chalk to indicate that it's a live bowl, even if it winds up in the ditch. in the event that the jack itself goes into the ditch, that is. But of course, in Crown Green bowls, once the jack goes in the ditch, the end is dead. There's plenty of room for Bottomley to plant this bowl in and pick it up. That is the counting bowl, the second bowl of Bottomley's. That one. Bottomley up there at the end with the referee, Joe Berry, as Cooper tries to salvage something out of this. Coming in, what would be the backhand. And that's holding up, that's holding up, that's holding up. Oh, that's a good one. Is it good enough? Yes. Well, bit by bit, Keith Cooper has clawed his way back into this game to 18-17 down.
And that's about the third time that he's counted a bowl by turning his peg over to come in the other way in the game.
Well, I can't hear what the bookmakers are offering now in the way of odds, but I should think they'll have shortened their price on Cooper. Cooper was a rank outsider. An hour or so ago, they were quoting him around about 18-20 to 1 to win the All England. But those odds have been slashed dramatically now, I think. Though Bottomley is putting the pressure on him with his first bowl at this job. Well, Cooper is not going to count anything out of this one. Question now of whether Bottomley counts just the one or whether he can come in for two. Using his own bowl to stop himself, and he'll pick up two. Good bowling. Bowling with a little bit of pace and using his own first bowl as the buffer to prevent the second going through. So he stretches out then to a three-shot lead, 20-17. And Bottomley now just within one shot. After Cooper had done so well to come back at him, Bottomley to set a mark which could be the one that wins it, the one that takes him through into the All England final. How do you fancy his chances there on this mark?
I think he needs to make sure that this ball doesn't run through. It's a very fast area of the green. And he could have blown his chances with that wood.
I certainly wouldn't think that that first bowl is going to count for anything. Cooper urging his bowl to claw, but he's equally short. That's a bad one. The pressure of winning this one has cost Keith Cooper the chance. That's a better one. That's a beaut. That's the winner, and that could be the one that takes Ian Bottomley into the final of the 1982 All England. And Cooper, well, what can he do?
Probably fire you, I would imagine.
No, he's decided to draw. Brave man. He's through, he's gone, it's all over. Ian Bottomley, 25-year-old from Yorkshire, goes through into the final to meet Mel Evans of Staffordshire. He wins that one 21-17 against Lancashire's Keith Cooper. Well, we'll take the break there. Join us again shortly.
Hello again, and now for the final of the All England. Ian Bottomley from Yorkshire against Mel Evans from Staffordshire.
So a shake hands between Mel Evans, the man from Staffordshire, dressed in red, and Ian Bottomley calling there. Referee for this game, this final, Bob Gurley of Halesowen, the president of the British Crown Green Association, former president of the Warwickshire and Worcester Association. Bottomley, having won the toss, puts up the first mark. Straight across over the crown of the green, and finds a really good one with his very first bowl. Mel Evans, the very experienced Staffordshire bowler, man from Cannock, gone through and out the back. Bottomley, who had such a hard battle eventually with Keith Cooper of Lancashire, really on the track with those two. Wow, what does Evans do with this? Left-handed bowler. Says stand well back, stand well back. We've got a firing shot coming through here. Watch for the timber to fly. And he's not on course. Didn't actually pick up our cameraman, who is very relieved, right behind the speeding last bowl of Mel Evans. So Bottomley well off in business here with two. And Bottomley will want to hang on to this footer as long as possible and keep setting marks and build up a sizable lead. He's the bowler that likes to play the short, tricky ones. Mel Evans, the man who likes to go for the long ones across the diagonal of the green. This is a very similar mark that Bottomley set in the first end. Evans, one of the great thinkers in Crown Green bowls, man who susses out the run of greens very quickly. Bottomley counting with his first one, seconds on its way. It's round the back and is not counting. There for Mel Evans to do. Plenty of room. That one to him, a backhanded bowl. Finger pegging, pegging in now, go on. Gets a wick, but he's run out the back, and Bottomley's got it. So Ian Bottomley picks up another one. And he goes straight back into exactly the same area of the green in which he scored the first end. He'll want to work this area for as long as he possibly can. He's got another good one there. For Mel Evans, this is his second appearance in the All England finals, though he's never reached this stage before. Oh, he's found a good one. He's found a really good one there. Fine reply, beautiful reply from Ian Bottomley. So Bottomley now holding two, causes Evans to stride away from the footer to get a clean view of what's going on up there. He's got a difficult one to get hold of here. taking a lot of time about it. It's got to count, and he's firing through. And he's got hold of it this time. He's saved himself one. So it's just Bottomley now. So Bottomley hanging on, picks up another one and takes a 4-0 advantage.
Interesting here that both of these players will have probably watched their respective semi-finals, and Bottomley noticed probably that Evans was bowling at the corners in his semi-final, and he's deliberately bowling over the top of the crown.
Well, it's doing nicely for Bottomley, the tactics at the moment. Evans watching that ball go in from Bottomley, and it's gone bottom side. The left-handed action of Mel Evans, fluent, decisive. He fancies this one a bit, the way he's going up behind it. Entitled to. That doesn't look as though it's got the legs to get there. So at last Mel Evans has gained possession of the footer. He's counting one. He's got a fairly easy wood to beat to get in for two, but that backwood on Bottomley's may prevent the two being recorded. It is a two. He's on the board. Mel Evans with two. Well, as you predicted, Mike, he goes immediately off into the corner.
Yes, certainly. I think what he will be hoping for here is to count so that he can bring Bottomley back into this bottom corner and bowl roughly about 60 metres across the green like he did in the semi-final.
Battle here then between bowlers of fine ability, but who prefer to bowl totally different marks. Very much a battle of will as much as skill. And Bottomley's way short. Remembering that where the jack actually has been set, so close to the gutter, anything with just a fraction too much of it will go off the green entirely. That's running nice and tidy. It'll just creep in. Well, it's a long way from the jack, but it's counting two for Mel Evans at the moment. Plenty of room for Bottomley to squeeze through. Miss that ball, miss it. Get a touch. Well, he managed to pick himself up one from the... No, he didn't. No, I'm wrong. Evans retained it. Well,
It'll be interesting again here now because we've got a repeat situation of the semi-final with a left-handed player bowling the corners against a right-handed player.
Well, that's quite remarkable because immediately Mel Evans has gained what he wanted, the opportunity to put it into the corner and set the mark much too long, put it into the gutter. So Bottomley now has the chance of setting the sort of mark he likes. And Evans has got to win this to get the opportunity of going back to the sort of marks that he wants. That was a mistake by Evans, and it clearly has worried him because that's a very, very bad first bowl. Bottomley's really got to cash in on his advantage here. Bottomley's lead cut down to 4-3 from 4-0. see if the concentration of the 30-year-old accountant from Cannock can get him right back. Unlucky. Dead unlucky. Bottomley was holding one, is positively holding one, and that's not going to get in for anything more. Another one for Ian Bottomley.
Mel Evans will be disappointed with his first bowl there, because it is a push out of that corner, and he's already played 3 games on this green and should have realised that.
There's the score with Bottomley setting this mark, and he's just 2 up. A long day for these bowlers, though. Long, competitive day, Mike.
Yes, certainly a long day, Hugh. You've got to be physically fit at this game, and these players are now playing their 6th game.
Games averaging around about 45 minutes a time. That's a fair old day's walking and bowling.
It is certainly more than perhaps we would walk in a weekend.
Well, it's a lovely surface to walk on. I think we ought to give Neville Hughes, the groundsman, a little plug for a very fine job on this excellent green here, which has produced some fine bowling and is producing in this final some pretty tight stuff. Go on. Nope.
Mel Evans thinking about turning his peg here, I think, and running the jack through.
Well, he's got one at the back. It's on a good line. Oh, it's turned away. It's turned away. So another one for Ian Bottomley. Ian Bottomley of Yorkshire. Yorkshire, who won this title 9 times since records were kept back in 1910. Bottomley well short. Mel Evans representing Staffordshire, who have won this All England title 8 times. Mel Evans in for a counter there. It needs to turn. It's coming well. It's coming well. It's not far enough.
Again, Mel Evans may come in the other peg here and try and count on the bottom side.
It's gone out the back. So I should say that's Evans for 1. So Mel Evans gets that footer back again, and he pokes it away into the corner. It looks as though it's going down the hill a bit sharpish. Now, how's that coming? Oh, it's drifted away. Bottomley, of course, will be desperately eager to get in and score on this one so that he can prevent Mel Evans doing the long diagonals that he loves. I should think that's counting at the moment. I think that's the one that's holding it. Gurley goes and has a really close look. was really pounding after that one. And he's short. Well, it looks as though Bottomley has every chance now of winning this one back. Go on, run on. Yes, Bottomley got his one. So yet another chance for Mel Evans gone down the drain. Mel Evans taking a lot of time getting himself sorted out here, Mike.
Yes, he is. I'm surprised he bowled into that corner. I know in this semi-final he was bowling into those two corners, but I would have thought he'd have probably gone for the other corner, because 2 or 3 times in his semi-final game he was caught out on a similar sort of mark.
Bottomley has set him something to bowl at immediately. It's going to be short. But it's still counting. That's looking nice. That's looking real tidy. Gurley taking his time about indicating to Mel Evans which one he fancies. Yes, he fancies Bottomley's second wood. Well, if that's got the legs, it's got the right line, but it has not got the legs, or... well, it's a long way off. See what they decide. Well, it's 1 to Mel Evans, and it's a measure for 2. And the 3 officials cluster around. Gurley's job to make sure that the bowls and Jack are not moved when this measure is done. So it was just 1 for Mel Evans. Well, he's gone away into that same corner again, Mike.
Yes, he's persisting with this. Perhaps he feels that Bottomley didn't bowl much into that far corner during his semi-final game, and he still feels, of course, that he can do the necessary.
Let's see if Evans has got it right this time. Looks a bit useful. Looks a bit useful. Go on in. That's a very, very fine reply. Beautiful stuff. Well, that line looks about right, but the legs aren't there. It's going to dive. Once again, Bottomley taking the advantage away from Mel Evans to some good effect. Yes, he's picked himself up 2 there.
One interesting thing there is that Bottomley sets a good example to all young players in the game. Be up at the end. If you're short, you don't score.
So, Ian Bottomley hanging on to a 9-5 advantage now with those 2 shots on the last end. That coming down the slope nicely from Bottomley. Oh, what a beautiful opening bowl. That's the one that kills your opposition off. If you're up and counting with your first one, you've really put the screws on the other fella. That's a good reply by Evans. Oh, yes. Well, there's something like 2,000 fans around this green here of Mitchells and Butlers. And they're really enjoying those two bowls. That's going to get a wick, that's going to get a wick, that's going to know another beauty. Hey, that's bowling. Real bowling. But I suspect that Mel Evans still holding. Yes, Evans is holding one now. Does he dare go into that end now? I'd make it two. He could disturb it. He could even rob himself. Oh, no. He was satisfied with one. There was no way he was going up for two there.
No, definitely not. I think Mel was playing safe, quite rightly there.
Oh, there's some good bowls in that end. Now, what does Mel Evans do this time? Is he going off into his favourite corner again? Yes, he is. Well, he's persistent. You've got to give him credit for that. Is that going to stay on the green? Oof, only just. Needs to see exactly what line that's on. It's coming. I couldn't creep past. Evans there. Yes, is that in the ditch? Well, the spectators lean forward. Not sure whether that's still on the green or not. I think it probably is. There's some 2,000 people clustered around this green. They sometimes get in the way of it. Oh, yes. Well bowled. A beauty.
Mel Evans there, showed his opponent the way in by turning his peg over, coming in finger peg when the jack was bowled thumb.
Well, Bottomley is really proving quite a surprise here. I think both of us would agree that once, before the final started, that once Evans got in and started on his diagonal runs, he'd be unstoppable.
That's true, but I don't think he's led well to the jack, and that's been his downfall at the moment.
Well, it's the Yorkshire Bulldog taking care of the Staffordshire Bull Terrier at the moment. Yorkshire, in the person of Ian Bottomley, 25 years old, from Halifax, with a 4 points edge over Mel Evans from Heath Hayes in Cannock. Bowler from the Chadsmore Club. Bottomley found the right line, but didn't have quite enough power in the right arm to reach in. It's there for Evans to do. And he looks to have found one. Well, how does it count? It's a measure. A little bit scattered, the bowls. Mel Evans' counter on the left, Bottomley's counter on the right. Now, which one of them? actually has it. Yes, it's the Evans bowl. Now he's in a position to try the other corner now. I wonder if this will pay off any better for him. This the corner, I think, Mike, that you've been advocating he went into.
Yes, I think so, Hugh. I'm surprised it's taken him this long to actually change the corner, and now he's thrown the jack off, which is a disaster for him.
Oh, this is terrible bowling by Mel Evans. That must be about the third time that he's in fact given the jack up.
Yes, he's done that. He did it in the semi-final as well, and perhaps it's showing a slight lack of concentration at a vital time of his play.
Because this now, of course, allows Ian Bottomley to set the mark where he wants it, which certainly won't be into the corner. And it means that Mel Evans has got to win the footer back again all over again before he can go back to the sort of marks that he wants. So Evans certainly not having things his own way by any manner of means here. He's got a good line there. Just crept past and out the back there. Quite a sharp slope, of course, around the edges of the green. When it gnats too much on the bowl, she rolls away into the gutter. Bottomley has taken that one off, held it back a little bit. Evans takes his time over things is either great seriousness and concentration or a certain indecision. Well, he couldn't have done it better for Bottomley if he'd actually tried to. Just properly puts Bottomley in to count for one. Bottomley is going to put this one in to count for two. Go on, run on, run on, run on, run on. Yes. Well, that was a disaster for Mel Evans.
Yes, it was. I think that a very important stage of the game. He wanted the jack in that corner, and now Bottomley has the jack and he's fully confident.
And Bottomley setting this mark with a five points advantage. He's in front 12-7. That's a very, very useful lead to have. And that's a very useful first bowl to put up. It's a tough one to beat. And Mel Evans isn't going to do it with that one. No way. That's another good delivery from Bottomley. That's another counting wood. Well, the odds now, with 2-1 against him on the green, the bookies are offering 2-1 against Evans on their books. And he's gone through and out the back there, and that's two more for Ian Bottomley. And Bottomley is running away with this one now. 2 twos on the trot. So Bottomley with the opportunity to set one of his favourite marks again. Shows the bias on the jack. Mel Evans strokes it away, 14-7 in front. That thumb peg mark, that is to say the bias was on the right-hand side of the jack as it was put up. Through and by a bit. All the pressure in the world now on Mel Evans, the accountant, who can see his money chances going down apart from the prestige point of view. £400 for the winner of this All England. Well, Mel Evans trying to pick something out of this. Got to find one. But he hasn't. Oh, well, has he? He's knocked his own bowl in. Well, I think he just picked up the one. One from Mel Evans.
A very important one for Mel Evans, because I think his concentration was beginning to go. You notice he was well short to the jack for that end.
Well, he's the chance to get away into his favourite corners again. And this particular corner is a very difficult one, because where that jack is at the moment, there's quite a tricky piece of land, isn't there, Mike?
Yes, there's a saucer there, Hugh, and Mel has left it sort of on the edge of that saucer and hasn't run down, and given Ian Bottomley the chance, of course, of coming on the top side of his wood and dropping in.
So you've got slope, bias, and then suddenly a small precipice to drop down.
That's right,
in that particular area. Now here goes his second, and he's really got to win this one. He's through and out the back. Bottomley, his chance to regain possession of the footer. And it's gone away and through. It's gone away and through, and I wonder if it stopped in time. Evans having a real good look at it. In fact, that might be the one that counts. That last one. A certain despondent look on Mel Evans' face, which is confirmed as soon as Bottomley gets there. And once again, Mel Evans has blown it.
Just not leading to the jack at all, Mel Evans, at this stage in the game.
And then Bottomley taking a nice little bit of land with that one, but hadn't quite got enough meat to reach it right up to the jack. And Evans finding a better one here. Well, it's gone out the back. Bottomley again coming in on the top side. Looking for the bend now, coming down the hill, running in. And he's counting two. Once again, a rescue operation for Mel Evans. He's got to save himself something here. Oh no, that's drifted way away. That's a bad bowl. Well, it's all going downhill for Ian Bottomley of Yorkshire now. Mike, he's got a really commanding lead, isn't he?
Yes, he has. He's winning 17-8. He's bowling over the top of the crown now. He knows that Mel Evans has lost his weight, and he's seeing this to his own advantage.
The blue disc bowl of Ian Bottomley on its way up to this jack. Slowing down now, just gently rolling in. Oh, you couldn't have anything better than that. That was bowling of the very highest quality. And you've got to can't help feeling sorry for Mel Evans. He's found a good reply. But I don't think it's going to do him much good. It's still Bottomley's bowl. Now, does Bottomley try to draw in there again? Or does he protect it? I think it was more a protection shot than anything else. Mel Evans going in bravely, through and by, and Bottomley picks up yet another one. and he inches himself closer and closer to the pride of having All-England champion put after his name.
In any normal game, Mel Evans would have counted that first bowl, but Ian Bottomley got there first.
From a prestige point of value, this title, All-England champion, the one I suppose that every bowler in the Crown Green game wants to have. And at 25, Ian Bottomley is showing that bowls is very much a young man's game. Mel Evans not far behind him, of course, only at 30. Both of them bowling for many years. Mel Evans putting that one through at the back, in fact, has been bowling for some 22 years. He first started when he was about 7 or 8 years old. A game that creates enormous excitement and tension throughout the areas of the country where Crown Green is the game of bowls. It's evidenced by the fact that some 2,000 spectators come here to Birmingham for this All-England final this afternoon. Go on through, and once again Bottomley looks to see if he's got two. He knows he's got one. Evans disconsolately throws the footer down. Bottomley picks it up, puts one more to his name on the scoreboard. He's now 2 short of the magic 21 that will make him All-England champion for 1982.
He shortened the jack here, interestingly, as well, from the previous end that he bowled across.
I think he's getting cocky.
Maybe. And because of that, he's rolled past, you see. That's roughly where the jack was previously when he bowled over this end.
Well, this game of bowls is never over until that final 21 is racked up on the scoreboard, but Mel Evans really has got to find something to stay alive in this final. Up there to chase it in. Go on. Run on in. Run on in, Bottomley says. So again, a salvage job for Mel Evans. Plenty of room to get in, but he's not got it. He's got the line wrong, he's got the land wrong, he's got the weight wrong. Bottomley inches just forward. 220. 28. This now is Ian Bottomley's title. This could be the very last mark that he needs to set in this 1982 All-England final. He's off after it, looking at it. The bookies are very silent below us. They're not doing any business at all. You can get any price you like now on Mel Evans.
I think that particular bowl of Ian Bottomley has given Mel chance to get in here, but he's a disconsolate player at this stage of the game.
Pity he's done so much for the game of bowls in the Midlands district, Mike.
He certainly has. He's one of the best competition organisers the game has probably produced over the past 3 or 4 years.
Well, in this evening here in Birmingham, Mel Evans has not been able to organise his own game to the high qualities that he's set for himself over the years. Ian Bottomley of Yorkshire is the champion unless Mel Evans pulls out something with this last bowl. It's on its way in now. Is it going to count for anything? It's running away and through, and he's out of it, Mel Evans. The champion, All-England champion, is Ian Bottomley, the 25-year-old from Halifax, taking the title up to Yorkshire. A handshake from Mel Evans, for whom nothing really went right in this final. Ian Bottomley picks up his bowls. He picks up £400 first prize. But above all that, he is the All-England champion, Crown Green Bowls, 1982.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Premier Championship in Crown Green Bowling, the cheque for £400, it's going back to Yorkshire again, Ian Bottomley.
So Ian Bottomley, who's never won a trophy before in his life, what a way to start the trophy trail with the Premier Championship trophy in Crown Green Bowling. The All-England 1982 winner, Ian Bottomley.
So a convincing win for Ian Bottomley and the massive prestige that goes with it. Will there be more bowls on Central Television a fortnight today? For now, goodbye.